All right, I think we can get started. Hope you can see my screen. I'm already sharing my screen here and hope everyone can hear me clearly. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the session. I would like you to go ahead and post your questions on the chat box. It's open and we'll just be able to go ahead and take a look at that and give you those answers. Yes. My team is here. My team will be coordinating with you all as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to post that in the chat box. I'll go through the details here about our course and how and what are we trying to offer. And then we will go ahead and talk about a few, demo part of this. I'll go ahead and give you the demo for Power BI. And then we'll just go ahead and take up the Q&A. Okay, so let's do that way. Okay, my name is Ambarishan. I have over 14 years of experience in the IT domain, and I've been working on Power BI for the last 10 years almost since its inception in 2014. I've been working on Power BI, and I've seen this, tool from its launch. All right, so I can say that I've seen this from when it was a baby, and I've just worked with this tool, and I've seen this tool evolve like anything. All right. This is the topmost tool right now in the market, and we'll see how and what we have here to offer. Okay. All right. So I'm from Raj Informatica, and this is called as Raj Cloud Technologies now. So if you go to our website, I'm just going to ping this website link in our chat. So if you just go to this website, you can go and explore this. If you come to the courses, you will see Power BI training. All right. Let's get into that. Let's go and talk about these things here. All right. Now, how is this course designed? This course is designed from experts. Okay. I'm one of them, and I've designed this from a perspective from where you will be able to go and understand and go through everything in Power BI. Okay. So, this is an excellent course designed to give you a clarity on how to approach and work with data. All right. So we will go ahead and talk about the desktop version. That's where we'll go ahead and build and work on a lot of reports and other things. We'll talk about the Power Query editor in Power BI and how to go ahead and transform your data. We'll talk a lot about DAX. This is all going to be covered for 10 to 12 hours of DAX. We'll just go ahead and cover that. The Power BI service is an application where you go and publish your report and you share and collaborate with a lot of people. So we'll just go and talk about that in our course. Yes, that's what we do. We talk about concepts like data gateways, how to integrate this cloud-based environment with your local data sets. We'll go and do that. We'll talk about a lot of connections that we go and establish. And there is also a new term out there in the market, which is called as Fabric. And let's go and understand what a Microsoft Fabric is. You'll get to know all of that, when you enroll for this course. Yeah. So this course is going to be, 30 plus hours of live interactive sessions. We'll have calls like this. We will be connecting through a Zoom meeting and we'll go through these details. Okay. And every day it will be about 1.5 hours of daily session. And I'll be the instructor for you. I'll go ahead and give you all the details that you need. We'll go through this particular course step by step and then progress that way. Okay. So you will also have some doubt clearing sessions. If you need, we can just connect separately. We can have it, or we'll just kind of set it up. If everyone is kind of having those doubts, we'll be able to go and clear that up. Okay. And we'll be able to go and use a lot of real-time scenarios. I'll just go and work on a lot of data sets. I'll give you some assignments. There are some hands-on coming after every module. So a lot of things goes on. And I'll just go and cover a few things here that are important. So we'll just go and talk about the DAX mastery, how to go and work on DAX, how to go and work on those different calculations, formulas, and all of that we'll build in Power BI. Okay. Yes. So that's what we will do. Let's go and take a look at the course curriculum. Like I said, we have built this based on, the developer in our mind. And this is purely based on, how you would go and connect to the data set, start exploring the data. If you have something in the data set that is not good, we want to transform our data, so on and so forth. So the first thing that we'll talk about is going to be the architecture, how Power BI is all set up. And we'll also touch base on the fabric side of it. Like I said, it's a new term in the market these days, and that's a hype that is being created. And we want to understand what is Microsoft Fabric. So we'll just get into those details, small details, but still, yes, they are very good to know. And the whole point of working with this tool, this is a data visualization tool. We want to understand how to connect to the data sets, right? So we'll just go ahead and cover a variety of different data sets that we will go ahead and work on. All of that is what we have. And as you connect to the data sets, your data is never clean. Okay, so what you have to do is you'll have to go ahead and transform the data. I'll go through some of the details here. I'll just go show you all these details in demo, and you'll be able to go ahead and understand it. All right. So this is what I'll do. And as we progress, like I said, the data is not going to be clean. We'll go and transform the data. We'll use a lot of different, transformation techniques available in the Power BI environment to go and fix all those issues. And we will go further from there. Now, once you're done with the transformation, you would go ahead and do some data modeling. Okay, and data modeling is all about connecting the tables together to leverage the information from two different tables into a single visualization. Okay, let's say you want to build something and you want to go ahead and bring those details from two different tables. If you want to do that, you have to have a relationship between the tables together. Okay, so all of that is what we will understand. We'll understand why to go ahead and relate a table together. How would you go ahead and leverage those information and get it inside a particular chart, graph, or visual? All of that is what is coming up. Then, like I said, we'll be focusing on DAX a lot. Okay, we'll go ahead and focus on DAX, and it's going to be like 10 to 12 hours of the entire course that you'll go ahead and spend on DAX. All right. So we'll go through some aggregate functions. We'll go through a lot of different functions. We'll understand the difference between a column and a measure. These are also going to be important interview questions. All right. So we will go ahead and touch base on those details. All of that is what we cover in this DAX ways of working. Okay, we'll cover date and time function, logical function, relationship functions, and all of these different things that we will go and do. Like I said, it's going to be full-fledged, details on DAX. All right. Then we'll then jump into the visualization side of things. We'll go and build charts, graphs, and other things. I'll tell you what charts to use and when. We'll make it more interactive. I'll show you from the very basics of getting the charts created to, the complex charts that you have in Power BI. How would you go and get the charts from different places and all of that? We'll just go and talk more about this. Okay. I'm just going on this high level, but yes, you can just definitely visit this particular link and you should be able to go and go through that. I've just put that in the chat box. Just going to paste that one more time on the chat box because I see a lot of participants here, right? Yeah, great. Now, what we will do is we'll just go ahead and further, kind of publish our report to our Power BI service. Like I said, this is going to be a cloud-based environment offered by Power BI. This is like a server. Imagine this as a server where you go and publish your report and your users can share and collaborate with those different details. Yeah. And we have a lot of other details related to the service side of things. So we'll understand what is a app, what is a security that is enabled. We call that as row level security. All of this is going to be there. This is what we do in Power BI service environment. Okay. And we'll talk about a variety of different things like community and there are other things, but there is going to be a, you know, in-class project coming in. We'll go ahead and talk about and build a project in our class itself. So all of this is definitely going to give you the foundation to go ahead and build everything on top of it. But yes, we'll go ahead and build a project itself. And then we will go ahead and have a lot of other projects as well. I'll give you at least 2 to 3 capstone projects. You can go ahead and work on that. And all of that is what is coming up in this course. Now, I can guarantee you that, and I'll just give you this information. I guarantee you that if you take this course, you will be able to go ahead and clear the Microsoft certification because this is all aligned to what we have in our Microsoft certifications. Okay. So you should be able to do it and you should have the full knowledge and other things to go ahead and take that examination in some time after you have completed this course. You still need to have some exposure and experience because the Microsoft certification is going to be more I would say scenario based questions. So you have to understand the scenario and then give those details out. Okay. Yes, that's what we have. And that's how things are, in this particular course. This is what I have. Like I said, you'll be going ahead and learning a lot of things. Along with Power BI, we also offer you, Oracle SQL for free. Okay, it's part of this. It's one of the important skills that you should have. That is what we want. All right. So we need to go ahead and understand how to work on SQL. So this is something that we can go ahead and do. All right. So yeah, like I said, we will go ahead and offer you that video recorded session. It's a self-paced learning. You can go ahead and parallelly learn and have that. And also you'll be given the recorded sessions of these videos, that I go ahead and take. And also these Oracle SQL practice sessions that you will have, and also the self-learning, platform is offered to you to go ahead and do this. Okay. So, like I said, I am a Microsoft professional, certified professional, and I have been into this particular industry for more than 14, 15 years now. And I have worked with Power BI for a long time. So, I know this Power BI tool, how it works, the ins and outs of it. And, you should be going in and getting this idea from an expertise that I have here. Okay. Yes, if you are interested in enrolling for this course, yes, please do visit this link, go through these details. You can call us on this number that is given on the screen and you can go with that. Okay. I would insist you to go and look at some of our already, uploaded courses from our YouTube channel. So if you just go to this link, I'll just paste that on the chat box again. So if you go to this link, there are already some, one or two sessions that I've conducted is already being, kind of given to you. So we'll just go ahead and progress from there. So if you can just take a look at that, you will be able to decide whether you want to go through this course or not. Okay. There are also a lot of other videos posted. We offer a lot of courses. We offer courses on Java, Azure, and AWS, Snowflake, blah, blah, blah. We have so many different courses that we offer. You can go through all of that. We have all of those courses videos uploaded here. You can go and understand whether the course is right or not. You can always reach out to us on this number. You can get in touch with me and you can ask any questions if you have, you know, on enrolling to this course. I'll help you with all the details and we can definitely clarify a lot of this before we get into this. Yes. All right. So now who can take this course? I would say, anyone who's looking to switch their career can take this course if they want it. If you're a fresher, please take this course. This is one of the best technologies out there right now. This is one of the booming technologies. And in the last 10 years, Power BI has gone ahead and, kind of created a chaos in the market. And they are the superpower right now, going in and dominating this environment. I'll just go and show you those details in some slides that I'm going to come up with, but that's what is coming up. Okay. And if you are a experienced person also trying to switch your career to, software industry, or maybe you're just looking for some jobs that are simpler, easier, and effective to go out and work on, this has a great growth and great opportunity to grow with respect to, how you work with this environment. So these are all the different things that you want to consider before, taking up this course. So anyone from freshers to experienced, if you want to switch your careers, if you have a gap in your career, we'll let you know how to go and get into this IT industry. And this is one of the simplest and the easiest tools out there. You don't have to write any line of code. You don't have to do anything here. It's just a drag and drop report builder. So you should be able to go and build all that you want, the reports, charts, graphs, and visuals. And then you can just kind of, take it forward. So this is one of the simplest tools out there. I would say if you know Excel, if you have written those Excel formulas, there are complex formulas available. This tool is even simpler than that. Okay, I'll show you how things work and you should able to go and get the idea there. Okay. So this is what I want you to look at. You can be from any domain for that matter. Okay, I've trained people from mechanical domain, electrical domain, people who go and do some back end processing, people who are working on some I would say medical field. There is a lot of things going on in the medical field. There are back end processors. There are people writing and doing the data entry on the medical field. I hope you're understanding my point. So all of that, all of those people have also gone ahead and taken this career shift and they have gone into and had a successful career with Power BI. So I would say domain doesn't matter. You don't really have this detail, you know based on the domain. It's all about your knowledge. You're going to be tested on the knowledge that you have in Power BI. So yes, I'll give you all that instructions. I'll give you all the directions in which you have to go take your details. So yeah, like I said, go ahead and have our team contacted if you want to touch base with me. We can have a call as well, and I'll clarify all the questions that you have. Okay. Yes, that's what I have. And just go through our, YouTube channel, go through a lot of videos that are uploaded. There is also, a lot of Power BI already uploaded on this. You can just search for that and you can go through this just to decide on these courses. Okay, great. Now let me go ahead and give you a brief on what we have here. So I'll just go ahead and kind of share a few pointers with you. And then we will also go ahead and talk about a small demo. We'll just go through a small demo and then we'll quickly take up the Q&A sessions. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. So yeah, we have just gone through these introductions and other things. I'll just quickly skip. And this is one of the things that I want you to understand. Okay. So there is a company called as Gartner, and Gartner's magic quadrant is this. Now, what you see here is you see that the Power BI or Microsoft's tool called Power BI is one of the leaders here. Yes. So it's the leader, and the second best tool that we have here in the market right now is called as Tableau. And Tableau has been, kind of acquired by Salesforce recently, a couple of years ago, and that's what we have. Now you can see the growth here, okay? And if you go to the past and if you go and look for and search for Gartner's Magic Quadrant, what happens is you'll see that Microsoft has been there as a leader and has been topping the chart for a long, long time, okay? The tool has grown like anything. The tool has evolved like anything. So let it be handling the volume of data that we want to go and get it into Power BI. Let it be the features, functionality, and the upgrades and updates that are coming in this particular tool. It's amazing. All right. And what you're going to learn is you're going to learn one of the best tools in the market right now. All right. So this is what I'm talking about. There are other tools in the market. I've worked with Click. I've worked on Tableau. I've worked on Microsoft. I do a lot of things on Google and ThoughtSpot and so on and so forth. But this has been the best tool so far. And it is easy to use. It is drag and drop report builder. You don't have to have too much of a knowledge to go and work on this tool. Okay, so you're learning one of the best tools out there, and this is the leader in the BI space. Okay, so we're talking about business intelligence platform. When I say BI, I mean business intelligence, and this is one of the best BI tools out there in the market right now. Okay, and there are also different things that are kind of contributing to Microsoft successes, and they will be able to go and take their product into different organization easily, because the way they are just kind of pitching in and kind of integrating this with a lot of different products, they are doing that way. Okay, yeah, that's what we have. Yes, I've already covered this, but quickly to go over these unique features that we have. Like I said, this is an industry aligned curriculum, and I've already talked about this. We have this curriculum aligned to the certifications as well, right? So you should be able to go ahead and be thorough with, all the concepts in Power BI. From a developer's perspective, I'm just trying to go ahead and tell you and give you all the details in this course. That's what we have. We will go ahead and do a lot of DAX, and this is going to be the one of the important details and one of the things that we'll work on in this very, very much. We will go ahead and have a lot of interactive dashboards, reports, and visualizations created. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll talk about the publishing sections of it, like Power BI service, how to go ahead and publish your report, share and collaborate with your users. So, like I said, it's an end-to-end, you know, coverage of the basics to intermediate to advanced levels of training. It's all available in this one single course. Okay, I'm just not trying to exaggerate it. I'm not trying to go and promote this in a different way. I'm just trying to tell you that yes, this is the best course that you'll go and get, and you will be able to go and say that after the end of this course. And I've also told you that this is going to be one of the best things that you'll go and do. We will go and offer you the Oracle SQL, and you should be able to go and learn SQL parallelly as we go through this course. If you have any questions around that, you can also raise it during our sessions. That's what we will go and do. Okay. And like I said, I've just gone through these different details in some time. So you just can go and understand that. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so this is a good source, or this is a good tool for business analysts. Okay, now what happens is business analyst is going to be a person who goes and gathers the data, and they just go ahead and kind of share it or pass it on to the team who go ahead and work on that particular requirement. And it's all about kind of mediating the process between the client and also the developers. That's what is a job of a business analyst. Yes. So a tool like this can also offer them a great advantage because you can go and understand a lot of things that is going on. And if you want to do a solution design, if you want to go and present and promote some of the ideas that you have, if you want to showcase some details that you have in a more graphical and a pictorial representation of it, you can go with this tool. Okay, this tool is right for business analysts as well, and I've seen a lot of people kind of leveraging the advantage of this particular tool to go ahead and bridge the gaps between your needs and the way you want to showcase your details and present your details. That's how we want to go ahead and do all of this. Okay, so it's a great source for business analysts. If you have this in your pocket, it's an added advantage, and you'll be impressing your bosses, your clients with the tool that you have here. It's a simple drag and drop builder, like I said. Yes, there is more to learn. There are a lot of nitty gritty details to go and learn, but if you have this in your pocket, it's going to be one of the greatest tools with which you can do a lot of things. Okay. Business analyst needs to know in and out of a lot of things. So you want to understand the process, you want to understand the data and all of that. So all of those different details can be done using this tool. Okay. So yeah, we'll go and understand this, and this is how we want to do this. Okay. And like I said, it's going to help the business analyst in looking at the data in a visual format. It's going to help the business analyst just to be one step ahead of the development team and to go and do some data modeling, some analysis, and so on and so forth. And it's all about taking your career to a new level because you have the skill set just to kind of have an add-on with respect to someone else. If you're comparing yourself with someone else, you have the added advantage of taking this skill and kind of presenting it and I would say showcasing this skill set to your bosses and audiences, and that is really going to help you to go grow in your career. So this is an added advantage. Like I said, it's just a another feather in your cap, and that's how we want to go and do all of this. Okay. So this offers a lot of automation, collaboration. This tool is going to do a lot of things. And it's just not for the business analyst. It can also be a data analyst or anything of that sort. But talking from this perspective, if you're coming from that background of business analyst, you want to go and switch to a data analyst career, you can very well go and do this. Okay. So yes, this is where I go and give you the demo. We'll just go and talk about the demo, and then we will quickly understand how things are with Power BI. Okay. So let me quickly go into the details here. I'm just going to open Power BI desktop. This is going to be the application that you'll go and install and you'll work with this. All right. Yes. So let's just open that. It's opening on my other screen. Let me just bring that up. Let me just show you this particular, you know, Power BI desktop. Okay, great. This is our Power BI desktop. Now, whatever you do inside the Power BI desktop environment, it's called as a report. Okay. So you will be building a report. And if you're coming from a different background, let's say you already have, the idea of working with Tableau. That's again one of the competitors that we have, one of the, different, I would say, tool out there, which is also going to be more of a, data visualization tools and all of that. That's what we have. Now, if you come from that, you may have concepts like report, dashboard, and these different terminologies that you come up with. I want you to see this in a different way. Power BI is a different tool altogether, and Microsoft is defining these terms, reports and dashboards, in two different ways and couple of different ways. Unlike any other tool, you may want to go and differentiate that in this particular environment. Okay. So anything that you do here is going to be called as a report. Power BI dashboards are going to be something that comes up in the Power BI service side of things. So we'll go and talk about that later if we get some time. Otherwise, we'll see that how that goes in the environment there. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to get into the report here, and this is the interface that you'll get. Let's go and go through these details a little bit, and then we will kind of quickly connect to the data set. I'll show you how to go and have some, reports and charts and graphs really created so that you understand how this is to be done. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and first of all connect to our data set. So you have to go ahead and load the data, and I'm going to go into the nitty gritty details, but this is just going to be on a high level how you would go ahead and approach this tool and work with this tool. Okay. So the idea behind this demo is all about you understanding how simple and how easy it is going to be to get the data, load the data, and then work with that data. Okay, so that's the whole point of doing this. And I just want you to get that idea. That should be good enough. We will go into a lot of details when I go through this course in detail. Okay, now if you want to understand what were the first few sessions that we have had, like I said, go here and search for something called as Power BI. Okay, so go to our YouTube channel, go and search for this. I'm just going to say and put this link as well on the chat so that you can go through this. Okay, so I've already given some sessions, and these are recorded sessions here. You should be able to go and view all of this and understand, okay, what did we go through in the first few sessions. These are all available to you free of cost. You just can go into this, understand, and have a decision made whether you want to just go and enroll for this course based on that. Okay, but yes, like I said, we'll go into those nitty gritty details in some time. But this is just going to be an overview of connecting to the data set, going ahead and sharing that information, so on and so forth. Okay, great. So this is what we have. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and connect to our data set. And I'm going to connect to a sales data set. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And here is what I'll do. Let's go ahead and click on Excel workbook. I'll have an Excel workbook here. So let me just open an Excel workbook that I have here. This is how we want to go do this. All right. So this is my data set. It's a sample superstores data set. I'm just going to connect to a sample data set here, and we should be able to get certain things done based on this. Okay. Now, here is a simple sales data set, and we have a lot of details coming in. I'm just going to remove these columns. Okay. Some of these columns on the right-hand side can cause a lot of issues. Let's go and get rid of it. Okay. So this is a simple sales data set that I have. Let's go and connect to this data set and load it into Power BI. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And we also have a couple of sheets here. Okay, we have order sheet, we have return sheet, we have people sheet. We will see that there are going to be some issues with our data in returns and people. We'll see how to fix that and how to load it. So that's what is coming up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So if I go to Power BI, let's go ahead and get to the data set and connect to that. So I'll just say the data lies in an Excel workbook. So let's go ahead and connect through an Excel workbook. And what you can do is you can always go through this Excel workbook here. You can connect to the Excel workbook using this icon, or the way we go and connect to our Excel workbook is by saying we want to get to our data, right? So this is what we do. So if I click on this and if I say Excel workbook, you can go from here. So you can see a lot of options available for you to get to one of the most commonly used data sources in the world. Yes, it's going to be Excel. And that's how Power BI and Microsoft is also kind of, I would rather say, promoting their own products. Yes. So Excel workbook, everywhere you see Excel, that's what the Power BI wants you to connect to. But yes, that's the truth, because it's both of them are Microsoft products, and it's one of the best tools out there, one of the most widely used tools out there, and that's what you want to go and look at as well. But let's say, what if you have data in your Azure environment? What if you have data in your AWS or any cloud platform that, for that matter, you can get into the more option here. And what you'll see is you'll see that Power BI offers you a bunch of options, a variety of options to go and connect to a lot of different data sets. You can see all of that here. You can see SQL Server database. You can see Oracle database. You can see MySQL database. All of these are commonly used and most widely used and most famous databases out there. And you can go and get the data from a variety of different data sources. Like I said, you can get into Azure platform and get those different details. Is it going to be on Azure blob storage, whatnot? And you can go and get those details that way. Azure SQL database and a lot of that, right? So like I said, it has a lot of different connectors through which you can connect your data. And no matter in which way you have the data stored on the planet today, it should go and get the data and get that into Power BI. Okay, so this is what we have, and you have a list of connectors coming in. But what we are interested right now is to go and connect to an Excel workbook. Okay, so I'll just point it to our Excel workbook and I'll just say, hey, let's go and connect to that. So it is asking me to go and connect to that. So I'm just going to pick up our sample superstores file, which I just showed you, and I'll just open it. Okay. And as you saw this, the orders table here is all about, the different products that we are selling and different sales information that we are having here. All of that information is what we have in our table. Okay. So if I go back, Power BI is going to show you that, hey, we are trying to go and connect to the sample superstores file. And this file has these different sheets here. Yes or no? That's what we have. Now let's focus on orders table. Okay, let's go and focus on just the orders table. We'll try to load this orders table. And I'll come back to this table and we'll just go out and talk about people and returns. Okay. So if I click on the first table, orders table, you'll see that it is giving you the same preview that we have here. Let me just bring up this one here. Yeah. So you'll have the same preview that we have here. So you have the row ID, order date, ship date. You can see all of that there as well. And what's happening here is it's just trying to give you the preview of the data that you have in your file. Now, I want you to take a step back. I want you to go ahead and look at this preview. So we just clicked on the table. We are getting a preview, and this preview is telling that this is what we will go ahead and load into Power BI. Okay. And you have to go ahead and make sure that this preview is looking good or not. So you may want to go ahead and understand, okay, the headers, column headers, are they coming nicely? Yes. And does your data look like the data that you have in the source? Does the order date look like a date field? Does the row ID looks like a row ID here, a sequential number going on in every single row? So if I scroll towards the right hand side, do you see this customer name? Does it look like a customer name? I want you to do some validations here. I want you to take a step back. I want to take a pause and then go and do some validation so that you are confirming that yes, things are looking good, because things can be going wrong in this particular preview. And if you don't care about it, if you don't see that, it's going to be loaded into Power BI. Then you'll have to come back again to the same step, fix all of this, and then load it again. So that's going to be a lot of back and forth. So you don't want to do all of that. So you want to just go ahead and go through this information and understand how to connect and go through this data and load this data into Power BI. So look at this information. This is all sales, quantity, discount, and profit. These were the columns that I had in my orders table. That's what we have. So when you confirm and when you're done saying that, hey, this looks good, I want to go ahead and load it. So what you need to do is you need to go ahead and say and tell Power BI, what is that you want to go ahead and load? So when I clicked on this orders table, the name of the table or the sheet that is coming in, I was able to look at the preview. But you'll see that I cannot load the data because it's all disabled. And you will be working with the user interface here. Most of the time, it's all about user interface that you work on. Okay. You're not going to write any line of code. Did we write any line of code so far? No. So you may want to just understand that we are not going to write any line of code. We will go ahead and use the user interface, and you check these boxes to tell Power BI that, hey, I want to go ahead and load this order sheet. Okay. I check that box and you'll see that the load button is getting enabled. Yeah. So you have to tell Power BI, I want to load this table. You do that by checking these boxes, and those buttons will be enabled automatically. Okay. Let's focus on loading the data. We have just validated our data set. It looks good. The preview looks good. This is just a preview, okay? Preview based on some records. So you can see that it's hardly a few records that is coming up, and it's all truncated due to size limits. It's going to give you all that information. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it forward. All right. So we went ahead and tried connecting to the data set. We are here, we are choosing our file, and then we want to take it forward and load it into Power BI. All right, good. Let's go ahead and say load, and you will be loading the data into Power BI. All right, great. So we have taken our data here. It's just going to do its thing behind the scene. It's just going to look for that data, load it into Power BI. That's what we have. Now you see that the orders table is coming and sitting here. This is where your tables will come and be available once you load the data. And when you expand this table, you'll see all the columns in that particular table. And this is all sorted in alphabetical order from A through Z. Okay. So this is how it's going to be. And you can very well find this in an alphabetical order, drag and drop, and just build some reports out there. Okay. Now we also have some icons here on the left hand side that is called as a report view. You can see the report view here, and you're actually looking at the first icon, and that's called as a report view. So the first view that you have, and this is the view that you're currently on, where you should be able to go and build a report. So this is your report view. And what you can do is you can add your visualizations to this canvas, and you can start building a chart, graph, or visual. Okay, you can just have your bar charts, your line charts, and all of that created here. And it is called as a report view. Okay. We'll get to that in a while. Let me just come back. But you have other views as well. So we'll just go ahead and talk about the first three views because that's what you're going to use most. I'll just go ahead and say this is your report view. That's what we are talking about. The second icon that you see here is called as a table view. So since we have loaded the data, we will go into the table view and we'll see how this looks like. But let me just finish this explanation. The third view that you'll have is called as a model view. So I talked about data modeling and all of that. This is where you go and do the data modeling stuff. So you can load n number of tables, you can connect it together, and this will help you to go and leverage the information from these two tables and put it into a chart, graph, or visual, and you can take that forward that way. Okay, so that's the whole point of doing a modeling, data modeling here. And that is what we will go and do in our environment here. Okay. And then finally comes the DAX query view, and this is kind of a new view that was set up. This is called as a DAX query view. This is not something that we will go and learn, but yeah, I can give you a glimpse of it. It's going to be more like a querying process. You don't want to go through that, and you don't want to go and get into this because this is for advanced users. So if you're not familiar, if you're just getting into the tool here as a beginner, as a fresher, you don't want to get into this view. Okay, so we'll talk about this yet, and we'll talk about that later in our course, but that's how this is all going to be. Okay, so a report view is what you're seeing right now. This is where you build your reports, your charts, graphs, and visuals, and all of that report and dashboards will be built here. Table view is all about the tabular view of your data. So we have just loaded our orders table. You will be going ahead and looking at a tabular view of that data. That is what is called as a table view. You can do some small filtering and validations in here, and we will just go talk about that. Model view is when you have the data model and you're just relating those different details, and that's what you go and do in a data model. DAX query view is for advanced users, like I said. We'll not be getting into this in our course, but yes, I can give you a glimpse of it. But like I said, it's for advanced users. You don't have to really get into that. Okay. I have myself, personally, I've worked with Power BI for so long. I've never used DAX query view until and unless I want to go and analyze the performance of certain queries or do something with my data set on a whole. I have never used it, but yeah, that's a rare scenario. 1% of your entire Power BI community will be using DAX query view. All right. Good. Let me show you this. Since we have loaded the table, we'll just go into the table view and look at this. This is a different view altogether. And what you get the table view, tabular format of this particular data set. You can go ahead and look at the tabular format of the data and go ahead and do something. Let's say, for example, you want to narrow down your search. These are all filters and things like this is available in Excel as well. And I want to go with one of the customers here. I want to go ahead and reduce my data. I want to go and understand, okay, what products did this particular person purchase? I can go through all of that. I can go and understand, okay, what are the sales price for this? What is the quantity that we have gone ahead and sold? You can do a lot of things. I mean, a basic validation of how you want to get to the data, filter the data, do some kind of, drilling down and getting into those details. You can do all of that here. We also have something that we will do where we will use DAX and we'll try to validate something here from this view. And that's all going to be very interesting because this view can be used in different ways. And I prefer using this to go and validate the columns that I create in a DAX. Okay, for example, let's say, for example, I'll just go and show you a preview of DAX. So let's say if I create a column and if I were to just do this, I want to go ahead and get the left few characters from the product name. Let's say, for example, okay, let's say I want to get the 15 characters from the left hand side here. And it's pretty much the same function that you use in Power BI, sorry, in Excel that you use in Power BI as well. Okay. The function that I would use to go ahead and do this in Excel would be left function. And hence we want to go ahead and do the same thing here. So I'm just going to say, left few characters, or I'll just say, few characters from product name, something like that. I'll give it a name of this particular column. And then we will just go ahead and do a left function here. And the only way this differs from Excel is that we don't have cell references here. I cannot go and refer to the cell. And what I have to do is I have to go and refer to a column here. So we'll just pass product name as a column here. So I'm just going to do a product name and I'll go through all of this in detail. Don't worry. Look at my first few videos. I'll go and talk about a lot of that in that. So go to our YouTube channel, go and look for the Power BI videos there. There are first three sessions made available there. You will just be able to go ahead and understand how we are going through the details there. Okay. So let's say we want to go ahead and do this and we want to go ahead and have 15 characters obtained from it. Okay. All right. If you don't understand this, if you don't know this, and if you are not into too much of Excel, this is again very basic Excel. So if you're not into this, a left function is going to help you to extract left few characters from this product name. So I'll use the left function and I'm saying that, hey, I want to go ahead and pass the product name. And from the product name, I want to get 15 characters from the left-hand side. This is our left-hand side. So from that left-hand side, I want to get 15 characters out. That's a simple function that you have. It's going to derive a column for you. That's our column. The column will get a name. This is the name of our column. And this is the formula that we have written. And that will be kind of, giving you the derivations in this particular column. So let's just do that. And this is the way I use my table view to go ahead and get those details. Can you see that? The first 15 characters from this particular product name is obtained. You don't have to drag and drop the formula. It just does that automatically. And Power BI gives you the details for the entire column. So we have just extracted like about 15 characters from the left-hand side from the product name, and it just works simply like that. So it's that simple to go ahead and write those tags and other things as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and understand how this goes. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys, just give me a minute. I don't want anyone to annotate on my screen, please. I'll just go ahead and say, give me 1 second. Please don't annotate on my screen. Yeah, great. I don't want to do that. Okay, great. All right. All right, have a look. So what I want to do is, let's go to our model view. Let me just show you these different views. This is our model view, and you can see our column getting created there. That's part of the table now. And all of that is what we have in our, model view. And if you try loading a lot of tables, it will just come and sit like this in a different way. And you should be able to relate the tables together to go ahead and leverage the information from two different tables. Okay, so that's what we will go ahead and do. And as we progress, we'll understand how many tables and how to load it. What is the data model that you'll go ahead and build, so on and so forth. All right, great. All right, have a look. Let's go back to our report view. Let's talk about a few things here. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about what you want to build. And I'll show you one of the projects that we have done in our session, in our class. And this is going to be our project that we have done. And you should be able to go ahead and understand how are we working in this particular environment. Okay, let it just load. I'll just let that open and we'll just go over that. Give me 1 minute. Let me see. Yeah, it's just there on my other screen. I'm just going to bring this up. Okay, so we will be building this report. I'm just bringing that up on my screen here. So we will be building such reports in our session. Okay, this is one of the reports that I built in one of our previous sessions. And what we have is we will just go ahead and click on these different, slices here. Can you see that data interact with each other? Yes. We will be able to go ahead and work on these things and we'll be able to create an interactive report in our session. You're going to get at least 3 to 4 or 5 projects like this, and we'll work on these different projects. Okay, you click on these different projects or these different bars here, columns here, and you should be able to go ahead and kind of filter the data. Okay, so the focus here is to understand, okay, let's say a user is coming in and he wants to understand, okay, how many excellently rated restaurants are there and how are they scattered across different parts of the world? Yes, in which country do we have our presence and where are we, and how is this excellently rated restaurants are scattered across different and countries? So if you want to do that, you just click on this particular detail and you can already see that there are 301 restaurants that are, available on our data sets. I click on this. That's an excellently rated restaurant. You can see that they are available in India, in US, in Brazil, South Africa, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, whatnot. You have this scattered across different, areas. So this is the insight that the user is going to get when they go and go through all of this information. Okay. And that's not it. If you click on this, every single visual is kind of getting, filtered, and that's called as cross filtering. You have an interaction enabled by default, and this is just going to help you do all of this. Okay, so let me quickly build something like this, and I'll just go and show that in this particular environment. So just give me another 5 to 10 minutes max. I'll just show you how to build a report, and it's just going to be a full-fledged report. You don't have to do anything here. It's just a drag and drop report builder. Okay, and bear with me on this. I'm going to go fast a little bit because I want to show this in a quick, nice fashion, and we'll just go ahead and complete a simple report here. Okay. So I'll start off with the title. Okay, just like how I showed you this report, I want to start off with the title. So we want to have a title here in our report, and we want to have some filters or slicers, we call it. You probably want to have a logo. You want to have some KPIs. These are called key performance indicators. Yes, we want to go ahead and talk about all of this. Then we will have some charts, graphs, and visuals coming in. That's the whole layout that I want to go ahead and do. I'll just quickly create it for you, and we'll talk more about it if you have questions around it. Okay. So let me just do this. So I'll just go to the insert menu on top, and I'll just do a text box. Let's just go and insert a text box there. I'm just going to go ahead and resize it. Let's call this as sales analysis. Yes, we have orders table. So we want to call this as sales analysis. And I'm just going to be making it a little bigger, a little bolder, and this is how I'm going to do this. So let's go ahead and type in sales analysis. It's a text box that I'm adding. I'm just looking for the title here. Let's go ahead and do all of that. Okay, so this is what I have, and let's see how this goes. Okay, just give me 1 second. Just getting diverted with this. Yeah, so this is what we have. Let's go ahead and say, for example, 36 points, and let's go ahead and make it bolder. Good. Now I just don't want it like a blind and a blank title here. I want to have some differentiation, and I'm just going to stick to very simple, very basic, subtle differences here and there. And let's go ahead and talk about getting this data this way. So I'm just going to have sales analysis here, and that's the title of the report. I will just go ahead and have some differentiations created between this and the rest of the background here. Okay. So I click on this particular text box. I'll go to the effects, change the background a little bit. I'll go with this subtle shade of gray. We don't want to do too much of a coloring here. I'm just trying to differentiate my header and the rest of the body. Yes. So this is what we have. All right, good. Now let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and, kind of create our report. So the first thing that I want to work on is the KPIs. Let's go ahead and work on the KPIs here. This big bold number is going to be KPI. Look how simple it is to create these KPIs. And we want to just stick to the basics here. Okay. I'm just going to create that as a basic, visual. If you want to have a logo, we will just do that as well. Just give me a minute. Let's go ahead and work on the KPI, and then we'll finally fix that logo. Okay. So if you see this, there is a visual called as a card visual. Okay, if I hover onto it, it says card visual. Let's go and click on that, and that's going to add a card visual to our environment here. This is what is our card visual. I'm going to just place it this way, and we'll just go ahead and add some metrics that we have in our data set. Okay, so some of the important metrics that I have in my data set is going to be sales. Let's say someone is interested in quantity, someone is interested in discount, someone is interested in something else, profit. Yes, these are all different key performance indicators that's going to tell me how the business is performing. Yeah, look at the profit value. Let's say I showcase a profit value of negative 186, something like that. Yeah, negative 186,000. Yes, that's a big number. And I'm saying, hey, this is your profit. I'm just telling this to my user. This is your profit. And I'm showcasing this in a big bold number. And I'm just saying that, hey, this is the profit that you're making right now. Now that's a negative profit. I'm at loss. The user is going to be, kind of immediately attracted to this big bold number. And that's how we want to go and showcase our KPIs. Okay, we call this as key performance indicators. And this is really going to help you to understand the business. Okay, so let's just do this. And the way you go and create these things is, let's go and drag and drop a visual. Just click on that. I've added a card visual, and I'll just go and just check this box. Look at this, check this box, and you should be able to go and get something out here. So total sales that we are making is 2.30 million in sales. Okay, that's what we have. Let's go ahead and quickly go ahead and build this report. And I'm just going to go do this in a very simple fashion. And if you want to understand what other reports that I've built and the same report, if I were to show you this, I'll show you how this can look like. Okay, but we are just going to do this from a high level, and we'll just go ahead and understand how that goes. Okay, just hold on. Let me show you what we can do if we get some time, and how amazingly you can create these reports. Okay, I'm just going to show you this in a very simple, very subtle fashion. This is again another report that we have created in one of our sessions. And look at this. This is what I have here. Look at this report here. Have a look. Look at that. That's a great report. That's a nice looking report. Yes, simple, but very elegant, very modern, very, very interactive. Okay. You click on this, you'll just be able to go and do all of this. And it's the same data set that I've used. I've used the orders table to go and build all of that. We will be using and working on a lot of different details like this. And this is how we want to go and do things. Okay. So there are navigations button here. Click on this. I'll go to the home page where we do a lot of things, and I can click on these buttons to come back to my report. So all of this sort of, navigations and other things we can set for our report. Okay. So let me just quickly build something like this, but on a high level, just very quickly, just to go and show you what is the ease with which you can build the report, right? After talking about the data set, after talking about the way you want to go and shape it and kind of get it into Power BI in a right fashion, how would you go and do this in Power BI? Let's go and talk about it. Okay. So I'm just going to say this. This is our KPI. Let's go and create some more KPI visuals. I'm just going to add one more here. Let's go and add one more value like profit. I want to understand what is the sales, what is the profit, and so on and so forth. And then what we want to do is we want to add one more KPI visual, and we want to have something like this brought in. Let's say I want to go and look at the discount or the quantities that we have sold. So many different things can be done, but this is how we want to go and set up our report. Look at that. Drag and drop report builder. You just click on this. You go and add one more field. Just check those boxes, sales, quantity, we have done, profit, we have done. Let's go with discount, drag and drop it, or just click on those check boxes, and that gets added to your, visualizations like this. Resize it, reshape it, and keep it. That's how we want to go and work on this. Okay. I'm just going to create this very quickly for you. And then let's go and do something. Let's say I want a chart here. I want a donut chart here. I want a table here. You can just quickly do this. So let's go and create a chart. I'll click on a stacked bar chart. And a bar chart is nothing but this chart that you have here, this chart. Let's go and create that. And what we will do is we'll just go and kind of bring this up this way. And the way you go and create a chart is, and we'll talk about these definitions in our, course. And you can also revisit or visit our, kind of our courses and the videos that we have here. Like I said, I'll just put this link on the chat box here. We'll just go and do that. So go through this particular videos where we have spoken about all those definitions. We want to go ahead and pick up one dimension, one measure. Have a look. This is a dimension and this is a measure, and the definitions of that is all available in our videos. Just have a look. You will be able to understand what that is. But let's go and check these boxes. Okay, let's just check these boxes. And if you have this golden combination of one dimension and one measure, what happens is you will be able to get a chart out. Okay, and that's the beauty of it. You need to know these small tricks to go and build some effective visualizations, and that's what I'll go and cover in this session and this course. Okay, so have a look. Region and sales. Okay, we'll just do this. Just click on this visual. I'll go and region and add sales to this, and there we go. We have our charts coming out like that. Isn't that super simple? Isn't that easy to go and work on? Yes. So if you have the data and if you have the right data, visualization is going to be easy for you. Okay, and you can create reports in a very quick fashion. Let's go and create a donut chart, and I'm just going to quickly pick up some more dimensions and measures. We'll just quickly pick up some details here. Let's see. I would like to go and go through segment wise profit. Okay, there are details like segment. So we are selling products of consumer segment. We are selling products like corporate segment, home offices. So all of this is being done, and this is what is giving you the segmentation by profit. And that's how we will be able to go and look at it. All right. So these are all different things. Look how fast am I creating this report. If you have the data, if you have these different visuals with you, the templates with you, dragging and dropping and building all of this is going to be very, very easy. Okay. Let's go ahead and quickly add a logo. And I want to go ahead and go with a logo of something that I have already kind of downloaded. So I'll just click on this image here. Let's go with that. And I'll just get into my, downloads folder here where I have some, logo, and we'll just pick up the Starbucks logo. Let's just do that. Okay. So I'll just click on this. I'll just open this and I want the logo to be placed on the corner there. Let's go ahead and do that. Simple and easy to go ahead and do. So what did I do? I inserted an image just like any other tool. If you were in Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Word document, you would go to an insert menu and you would go ahead and insert an image. Yes or no? Similar to that, you have just inserted an image and that's our logo into our image now. Sorry, logo into our report now. Yes, that's what we have. And now I see that, okay, the color scheme is all kind of scattered. I don't want to see blues. I don't want to see green in my logo. What I want to do is I want to go with something like, all getting synchronized to my logo. Yes, I want to do all of that. So let's quickly do this. I click on my visualization here, and what am I looking at is a bar. Okay. And there is a small setting or there is a small icon here that is going to help you to go ahead and, format all your visuals. This is called as format your visual icon. So select your visual for which you want to go ahead and format the details. And then we will go ahead and click on this particular icon. And what are we talking about? We're talking about colors of the bars. Okay. What do we have here? We have a bars section. If you expand it, you will go ahead and see that there is a color for the bar that is being used. But I want to synchronize this with our logo color. We want to go with a theme here. We want to go with that green theme. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and click on this, click on more colors. I'll just go ahead and randomly select something. I don't want to perfect it right now, but I'm just going to randomly select something that is just closer to this theme color that we have. Yes, that's how we want to do this. And that's how we want to get to that particular detail. Okay, got it? Great. Let's just do this for this visualization as well. We want to get it right. Let's click on this. And what are these called as? These are called as slices in our donut chart. And there is a slices section here. Like I said, click on this chart, go to the second icon. That's going to be format options for your visuals. Click on the slices and you can change these colors. Let's go with that darker color first. We'll just go ahead and randomly change these colors. You don't have to randomly do it, but I'm just going to do that just for the sake of the example here. Okay. We could go with a better yellow color. Can you see that? That's how beautiful this tool is. Simple this tool is to go ahead and work on. Yes, there are a lot of things behind the scene that goes and works to make it perfect. But yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's one of the simplest tools and the easiest tools that you'll go ahead and learn. And you should be able to go ahead and do this very, very easily. All right. I hope you're able to understand this. Let me just quickly do some changes here. Look at this. I click on these different bars. Can you see some changes happening on your visualization? Yes. So every visual is changing. It is all automatic. The interactions are all automatic. You don't have to do anything differently here. All you have to do is load the data, bring in these things into the visualization, and you can already see that it's already giving you a good, nice interactions between your visuals. That's how beautiful, that's how powerful this tool is. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. But if you want to have some filters, let's go ahead and click on these slicers here. And what I'll do is I'll quickly go ahead and add some, filters or slicers. Let's say I want to go ahead and have state as a slicer. So we bring in the state as a slicer here. Slicer means it's just going to help you to slice and dice your data. So if I click on California, you'll see all the details by California. California is a western state in US, and you're seeing that particular data getting filtered out. You can observe these numbers on these different donut charts. You can click on this and you can see that everything is changing. Yes or no? So clicking on these things is just changing all of this detail. And that's how beautiful, how powerful this tool is. So I've occupied the entire space here for this particular visual. But what I want to do is I want to have more and more slicers. Yes, I want to have at least 4 or 5 slicers. What would I do? So it's all simple. You click on this, you go to the second icon on the screen, which says format your visual. There are settings available for your slicers, which can help you to turn it down or turn it back into drop down. Okay. So you can just go ahead and click on drop down and it can be a drop down here. That's how things work. And you should be able to go ahead and do this. Okay. I can copy paste this visual, Control C, Control V. I can just go ahead and copy paste this visual. This is the easiest way to go ahead and bring multiple copies of that. And finally, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and remove the state. I'll go ahead and add other details like segment here. I'll go ahead and remove the state. I'll go ahead and add categories here. I'll go ahead and remove this part and then add subcategories here, so on and so forth. And that's how we want it. And you can see that all of a sudden I have a nice, good report built. And this is just going to work just based on how you want to go ahead and click and go through all of these details. Okay, see how simple that is? So we will talk more about these things in our course, but like I said, this is a simple drag and drop report builder. We have created an amazing report. Look how neat and clean that looks like. Look how modern and other things that look like. There are also variations that you can create here. Look at that. I can make this font bolder. I can bring in the slicers like this. I can click on this and you'll see every chart, graph, and other things can change. So a lot of things can be done. A lot of customizations can be done. And this is what we will go and do. And if time permits, you can take your reports to a way new level by doing all of these different things. Okay, so we have got a lot of details going on here. So there are rounded corners here. There are some formatting aspects to it, like shadowing, big bold numbers coming in, brighter and bolder values coming in. So you can go and spend a lot of time onto all those visuals and can go and bring these details out this way. I've also shown you some other details here where we have clicked and kind of gone through all of this. We can create maps and whatnot. It is just imagination is your limit. You can just go and create the visualizations report the way you want it, or based on the requirements that you get from your client. So this is what we have in our course coming up, and you should be able to go and build all of this. Look at that. We have a simple welcome screen. Okay, just to make sure that I'm telling you how to go and navigate between these things. I can click on this home button, go back to my first page, click on a button to get back to this one. You can improvise this. You can always go and do things in a much better fashion, but you understand the point. These are all the features of building and working with Power BI reports. Okay. Great. I'll just go ahead and hand it over to my team right now. They are going to talk about a few things. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. But the details are here on the screen as well. My team is going to talk a little bit about a few things that you want to go ahead and understand about the course or how to enroll for this course. Yeah, I'll just pass it over to my team and let them take over. I'll come back with the Q&A session in some time. Yeah, over to you, Karthik. Yes.
Thank you, Ambarishan. Like very good and understandable for everyone, and hope you are clear with like who can join this course, and yeah, who can join this course, and like the main doubts like we are going to take up in the next few minutes. Okay, so I'll just unmute yourself. You can just unmute and you can raise your questions, no problem. Okay, so as of now I'm just like going for like how to register for this. uh can someone confirm me in the chat, like am I audible clearly?
Yes, Karthik, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, yeah. So, is my screen is visible for you? Yeah, thanks for confirming in the chat. Yes. So here you can see the like a registration process for the like Microsoft Power BI data analyst training. Okay. So the course fee is 15,000 rupees. Okay. So the course fee is 15,000 rupees, and the duration of the course is 30 to 35 days. The duration of the course is 30 to 35 days, 45 plus hours of training we are going to cover here. I'm just like sharing the duration, everything in the chat as well. And you can see on my screen as well. Okay. So here are the timings actually. So we have a two batches on daily basis. Okay. Morning and evening batches. The morning batch timings are like 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay. And just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So we have two batches on daily basis, morning and evening. The morning batch timings are like 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. IST. And like we have the evening batch as well. So like there is some changes in the evening batch. So we wanted to take like your opinion, like which timing is comfortable for you. Okay. So we have three timings here, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. IST. So the session timings will be like the 90 minutes. Okay. So we need 90 minutes to complete the session on daily basis. So just let me know like which timings are comfortable with you. Okay. So you can just like post in the chat box. Okay. Just post in the chat box like which timings are comfortable. 7 p.m., 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Okay. So which timings are comfortable? You can just like text me here so that like where the majority goes. Okay. So we'll choose the timings. And coming to the course fee, okay, so if someone like who is staying till end, okay, so I can see still 23 people are there in the group. Okay, I mean in a meeting. Okay, so if you people want to register today, okay, so you have a special discount. You have a special discount. So this is 1500 rupees discount is available for you today if you can join and if you can complete your registration process. Okay, in this like we are going to cover complete end-to-end real-time training and one real-time project also like we are going to cover, and each and every session. Okay, so whatever the I mean whatever the live sessions like we are taking here. Okay, so each and every session like we are going to provide you for the recordings as well, and these recordings you can access for lifetime. Okay, recordings are available for lifetime. And the batch starting is in the first week of December. In the first week of December like we are planning to start the batch. And for the registration process you can just like contact on these numbers. Yes, I'm sharing the chat. Yeah, for registration process, you can just contact on these two numbers. We have two numbers, 8105296858. Both WhatsApp and call is available on this number. And for only call, 9880490148. Okay. So these two are the registration numbers. Okay. And the payment details I'm sharing with you now, you can pay through like website, you can pay through the bank transfer, you can pay through UPI. Every mode is available. Okay. So I'm just sharing the UPI details on the chat box as well. For the registration you can just like make the payment on this number and you can share the screenshot. Okay, so I'm clearly mentioning you guys, so please don't ask me the discount after today. This offer is available only today. Okay, so only today if you can join, if you can complete your registration process. So the registration charges are just 13,500 rupees. 13,500 rupees is your fee and you're going to get a discount of 1,500 rupees. Okay, as the trainer explained to you very clearly about the complimentary course as well. You can get the complimentary course of Oracle SQL topics. These are topics included in this Oracle course. Okay, so you're going to get a 15 hours of free SQL training. You're going to get a 15 hours of SQL training. Okay, so for free of cost, like we are not charging anything for this, and this is completely for free of cost. If you can enroll today, you can start watching these videos and you can complete your practice and you can get ready. Okay, so like these are the topics that we are going to cover. Yes. So for more details, you can just visit our website as well. Okay, I'm sharing the website link as well. Okay, so for more details, like you can just visit our website, or if you have any queries regarding the registration process, you can just call on these numbers. You can just call on these numbers, and you can ask any doubts like whatever you have, and you can go for it. Okay. So any doubts regarding the registration process, you can just unmute yourself. Just give me a moment. So we have given the unmute option for you now. You have the unmute option. You can unmute and you can ask your doubts. Amrishankar, you can take over the session. I have clearly explained about the registration process and all. If there is any doubts, you can just unmute and you can ask.
Yes, please. We are open for Q&A. If you have any questions on the Power BI, that I've just gone through, or any process wise for the registration process, just let us know. We should be able to take that up. Any questions, anyone? I still see people are here. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Hi, Prashant here.
Yes, please.
Actually, this Power BI is a Microsoft tool, right? But I have a MacBook. How can it be work?
Yep.
I have a MacBook. How it will be work? Can
Yeah.
we
So
Power BI in MacBook?
yeah, you won't be able to install it directly because the way Power BI is designed is going to be like this. So if I just say Power BI desktop download, so this is built for Windows, okay? But there
Yes.
are other options like, you can run a virtual machine inside that, and you can see, there are other options. I can help you with the cloud-based environment setup. So if you go to any cloud-based environment today, Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud, they offer you some credits, free credits. Let's say, $200 of free credits. And with that, you can go ahead and have, I think you can just work on a system, a virtual machine for entire year. All right.
Okay.
That's the capability that we have. So you can install that and you can just work on that. So no issues with that. We'll help you with all those guidances and we'll give you the direction to go ahead and install and work on that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Any other questions? No problem. Any other questions? No. Okay, I'll see the chat as well. After completing the course, in how much time will we get a job? So is there a placement assistant? Yes, there is a placement assistant, assistance. Okay. So we'll help you. And like I said, we will go ahead and give you all the directions to go ahead and get to a particular job. We have a lot of, connections with our top-notch companies as well as our own employees, sorry, our own, students are working on that company. So we'll have a nice connection with the top-notch companies in India, and we will help you with all possible ways to go and get placed. And I would say after the course is completed, you should at least practice for a month or so. Okay, I would say just 1 month or at least 2 weeks. And if you can just pick up things during the course itself, you should be ready. Before the end of the session, end of the course, you should be ready to go and give your interviews. So if you're thorough with the topics, if you're comfortable with working with Power BI, I would say you should be ready immediately, but I would give at least 2 weeks of time before going and appearing for interview. And after that, yes, we will give you the direction. I'm not confirming anything here. We don't confirm a guaranteed placement. We are confirming complete placement assistance. Okay. We will give you all that. We will go ahead and share all of those details with you, and we will tell you how to go about, performing in the interview. If you want all those mock sessions and other things and questions, there are going to be a lot of things there. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and give you all the direction to get placed in a certain job. All right. So yes, we will help you with that. There are certain dedicated sessions and other things that we will conduct to go and get those details after the session is completed, and we'll direct you to those different courses and companies, and we can just go and get that easily. Yes. All right. Any questions, anyone? Otherwise, any questions? Please do let me know. So you may have a gap, you may have an idea, how would I go ahead and fit in, in this particular environment? We can talk this offline. I mean, we can talk about this offline. If you can just route your queries through my team here, go to the website and go ahead and call this number and ask for, a connect with the trainer. They will kind of patch you to me, and we can discuss offline how you can go ahead and, kind of take that route. And even if you have the gaps in your career, or if you want to switch from a different technology altogether to this one, we will go ahead and help you out with that. Okay, that's what we will go ahead and do. Yeah. Anything from your side? Anyone? Any questions? You can post your questions on the chat box. I'm looking at the chat here as well. You can post your questions on the chat. If you're hesitant in speaking, please post that. I'll just kind of take it in a anonymous fashion. So yeah, just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, Ambarishan, actually here we have a question from Narasimha.
Mm-hmm.
I have a career gap of 4 years. Am I able to survive with this knowledge?
See, yes, you can do that. You can definitely showcase your past experience one or the other way. And like I said, there are going to be some things that we want to do before you kind of go through this. Yes, we can connect offline. We can go through this information as a personal connect. We can have it and then we can do it. So I'll give you all the directions and details that you want to know before you get into it. I'll convince you to go ahead and kind of confidently take this career forward. That's one. There are certain things that I cannot share in this forum. Like I said, it's a public forum, so we don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the reason. But otherwise, what I'm saying here is, yes, you have a very good, nice course in front of you. You can take it and you can apply for it and you can get your career into this line. And this is one of the top most paying jobs in India. Okay, there are tools like other tools like R, Python that data scientists use. Yes, there is a line, technical line for data scientist, and this is the second paid job, highest paid job in India after data scientist. Okay, so you will have a good, nice growth. You should definitely take this particular, option. And yeah, like I said, just route your queries through my team, contact them, reach out to me, and we'll have this discussion in detail. That is something that we can do, and we will take it forward. Yes. Anything else?
So hope everyone doubts are clear. Okay, so if there is nothing, like we can just wind up the session.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up then. Yes. Thanks everyone for your time and patience. Yeah, we'll connect back sometime soon. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.